Hey guys, welcome to the mothership. Today I'm going to give you a first look of my brand new Grilla Grill's OG pellet smoker. Now I've had this for about a week. I've done a couple cooks on it so far just to get everything lined up to figure out how it works. But I wanted to show you guys some of the features that I like about it, some of the things that I think are a little iffy, and just my baseline should you go out and buy this particular pellet smoker if you're in the market, or maybe look for something different. So let's take a look, guys. Obviously, the most unique thing about this smoker is its shape. Compared to most drum style smokers, the design of this is really to maximize the amount of airflow going up and around the smoker. We can open it up here, I can show you. The idea is with the burn pit below and the spherical shape, it's going to really kind of create a vortex and make smoke move all around the machine much more differently than you would in a drum style. Now, obviously the caveat with that is your cooking space is a little off on this. So most drum styles, you have kind of a big square space and then multiple racks you can put different meats on. With this particular smoker, you have two circular shaped pans. This is actually an attachment that I bought to extend it out. It only comes to about here. But with this design, I've been able to fit a full-size rack of ribs, a 12-pound Packer brisket that I had on the top shelf. So I know that you could at least fit one 12-pound brisket, and two if you have both shelves, and then most likely if you finagle around you could probably fit four on here. So 4 Packer briskets, and take the equivalent for the amount of rack of ribs or chicken or whatever you want to put. It has a much larger amount of space than I had actually thought was going to happen. I primarily cook for about 2 people, so I didn't really think that was going to be a problem for me. And yes, it's a little bit dirty, but you know what, it's been used a couple of times already. Another thing worth considering with a pellet smoker is the capacity. How much are you going to have to go in there and replace the amount of pellets is always a concern. Coming from my old tabletop smoker that was about 7 pounds, this one's 20. I've been able to get through an entire night's brisket cook without having to fill it again. I'd probably prefer to see this a bit larger, maybe 30 pounds, but right now it's at 20, and it does thankfully have a hopper dump, so you can switch out your pellets, which I think is a very nice feature. I wish some of the other brands would have that as well. Since this is a pellet smoker, it's obviously important to talk about electronics. So right here we have the controller, which everything you can do on this controller can also be done on an application on your phone, including turn it on and turn it off, which I think is really cool. You have 2 different cook modes, PID and Pro. Pro mode basically allows for more temperature swings, so you can get some more smoke on your food. You can change this in 5-degree increments, going from 180 up to 450. And then also has this neat function right here, pause. And basically what this does is you hit pause when you open the door to your smoker, and that removes any of the variability of your machine trying to change the temperature because you just dropped, you did a huge shock to the amount of cold air going into your machine. So you can pause it, it'll come back to its normal temperature or its specified temperature fairly quickly. As far as electronics, I have no concern here. It's worked flawless for me, and the attaching it to the Wi-Fi has been very seamless and has worked really well on my particular network. Now I guess the 3 last and probably most important considerations for a pellet smoker are: 1, price. This particular model comes in under $1,000, which it's not made in the United States, unfortunately. You're not going to really find anything made in the United States for under $1,000. The second most important piece is build quality. I particularly bought this model after a lot of research because it's double walled insulated. Living in the Northeast, doing some cold weather temperature cooks, especially in the winter, it's really important to have either an insulated jacket or have a double wall construction, and this one does, so I'm very pleased with that. I've cooked under 30 degrees and had no serious temperature swings, so it definitely holds its temperature well. And then lastly, the most important thing is how does it cook? I'll include a picture or two of some of the smoke rings that I've gotten on some of the few cooks I've done already, and it's outstanding. I did not expect to get this type of smoke and this type of smoke flavor on a pellet smoker. If you're looking for something in this price range and you want a little bit of smaller space, which is what this can provide, I'm all for it. I really like it. At some point, maybe I'll upgrade, maybe not. I can see me using this for a very long time, and even if I go to a bigger cooker, for 2 people, this is fantastic, and I'm really, really happy with it, and I plan to do a lot of cooks and cook a lot of food for you guys on this machine. So if you like this, if you got anything out of this, send me a like, comment, subscription, and I hope to put out a lot of barbecue content for you guys. And as always, thanks for coming to the UFO barbecue.